G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some rust treatment on the VT Commodore. So we'll go check that out, okay? So I've got the rear wing that I snapped. So I've got some rust I've got to take care of on that eventually on both sides. Just where moisture's been getting in underneath for years and years. That's there. I've got a small patch down in here. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. Take care of that. It'd be good to have a little sandblaster. That would be excellent, but I'm going to have to do some investigating with that. A little bit up there. I've sort of put some treatment onto that one, but what's under this strip, I'm not too sure. What have we got down? The windscreen on this side's pretty good. Come back to the engine bay. Got a little piece there I've got to look into, and underneath the window, or the rubber here, I've treated it, but I've got to pull this rubber out and get into that section there. And once again, if I had a sandblaster, that would be excellent. Probably can't see it that well. Trying to get the camera in one hand with the torch and hold that, so that's probably the best view. So under there, but what I've been doing firstly is the battery bracket, or the plate retainer, the base. That had some rust starting, I presume from the battery leaking at some stage over the years. So I've got that out, cleaned it up, and about to clear coat it. A little bit of rust there, just bubbling under, a bit up there, and then once again this panel here, I presume the brake fluid was leaking. Looking at that down onto here. So there's some surface rust I've got to take care of in under there. Once again, it's hard to see. I did treat it years ago. As you can see, there's that browny sort of, that's like a rust inhibitor type stuff. So I did slow it down a little bit, but got to go take care of that. So let's go have a look in the shed and see what I'm about to clear coat. And if you're ever doing spray painting, this is really handy to have wax and grease remover. Get it in a litre. It's the cheapest way, for about $20. So I've got this halogen light. It's mega hot, so if I was to touch that metal I'd burn myself. It's that hot. It's 500 watts, whatever. It's good for doing this thing. I'm heating up this is the bracket, the battery bracket. So it doesn't look like it, but I've painted black, and I'll show it later. But you can see a bit of, well, you probably can't. There's a bit of etching there, that line you might be able to see. I'll show it later out in the sun. So I'm about to hit this with some clear coat and hardener. Once I've taken it, I'll take it back outside once I've done it and show you the results. But I had to descale a fair bit of rust off it, get to it early enough before it went any further. Okay guys, so here's a bit of a painting tip or tutorial. So I've got my gun set up here. I've got a funnel, and it's also a filter, so that'll strain out any contaminants. I've already put my mix in. I've put about 150 ml of clear coat. Okay, so I've used, it's called MS Clear. It's a 2K, so you have your base coat, which is not shiny. This is if you're going to do a 2K paint. It's like a base coat, and then you put your clear over it. Okay, this is an MS. Check up on the data what MS is for. There are stipulations. I was going to put in the clear, you also put a hardener. So you got to put a hardener in it generally. Sorry, this is the hardener for clear coat. See, it's a HS. My actual clear coat is an MS. Okay, MS and a HS don't mix. So I bought the wrong hardener. So I'm just going to use the clear coat by itself. Now, I've put the clear coat in. I've used about 150 mil, and I've already done that in this container. So you can get these containers in different sizes and that, and these are all measurement charts to help you mix the ratios. I'm not going to go into that at the moment, but I'll put 150 mil in of clear coat only, and you can put reducer or thin it down to make it apply a lot better. So it's not as, it's a little bit runnier when you thin it down, of course, so it will, be careful, it will run more, but it helps it lay on off the gun better. So you mix that in thoroughly. So I put 150 mil of clear, and you just divide, you just start, do it in your calculator, ask Siri or Google, 5% of that, and that's how many mils. So it was about 7 mils of thinners, or reducer they call it. And that's the one I've used, so it's just a thinner, or it does say reducer. Make sure it's for 2K. Okay, this is base or clear over base, not a enamel gloss. Okay, so it's got to be the correct one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've used a multi-purpose. Okay, so this is for 2K and enamel from what I've gathered, but let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Okay, so mix that in thoroughly, and then I'll put in the cup, and I'm ready to give this a few coats. Now, it's crucial, guys, when you're doing anything with this, with painting, contaminants, don't have any rubbish, okay? Have everything covered, new, so there's no dust, contaminants in here at all. If you have any grease or wax or anything, it's going to destroy your paint. It's not going to work, it's going to craze, you're going to pull your hair out. Okay, so mix that thoroughly, and it's going to go straight in. You got to clean up everything with the thinners as well. So bring you in. Now this is just a guesstimate to show you what I'm painting and how much volume wise you might need. So once again, 150 mils of the clear come out. Once I've used this now, this is junk, unless you're going to mix quickly again, but this can also be junk unless you clean it out thoroughly with thinners. Got my cap back on. Make sure that cap comes off, because it's got a little bleed hole. It's got a little an air hole. I didn't clean this up very good last time, which is not good. But there's a small hole in the cap there, and that allows air to go in through there, then into your pot. I've got that on. And you've got to have your settings correct. So you've got your fan, your air, how much fluid's going to come out. I'm not going to go into that in this video. And down here you've got a main air one as well. So I've got settings down low because I don't want high pressure. It's just a small area I'm going to do. That's the second coat. I'm going to put a third coat. I've got a little bit left, so you let it dry. In between, you let it flash off, it's called. 5, 10, 15 minutes between each coating. I'm about to apply the third coat. Now with the second coat, I went on a bit hard, a bit too heavy, because I was trying to get into a particular area through here to get it coverage. But I don't know if you can see in the camera. It's got runs. I've got some runs through here. Might be able to see that one. There's one here. So it is under the battery. It's no big deal. It's definitely not going to rust, but that's what happens. And if I had this panel flat, it would have been more preferred. But because I'm not extracting the paint, if it just sits in the air like this, it'll sit back down on the flat surface and it'll cause all pinholes and air pockets, and it'll look terrible. So what I could have done was turned it upside down and painted underneath flat, and then had pinholes on the top if that's what would have maybe occurred. So that's you've got to watch out for. But having it like this is not the best, because yeah, you're going to get some runs in it. But once again, because I put it on thick, that's why I sort of started to get runs. But anyway, I'll put the last coat on, and that'll be it. So it's been a good 5 minutes. I've still got the light on, which is providing heat to help dry it. Because today here, even though it's in the tropics, it's starting to get a bit cooler, and you don't want it to be the metal you're painting onto, the atmosphere. You don't want it to be cold. So I've got plenty of heat on that panel, and it's helping cure a lot quicker and dry it as well. Wear a good mask too, guys. This stuff you don't want in your lungs, especially if you've got hardener in it. Or even just paint in general, you don't want it in your lungs, so have a protective good mask on. I got no regulator on this, but it should be up around the 25 psi. But yeah, read into that if you're going to do a bigger job or experiment with your pressure. You put a regulator in here, and you can see what pressure it is. That's the best way, but I'm just going off by not experience, but yeah, past jobs and that, so I'm no spray painter. Okay, that's it, done. Beautiful. Go clean the gun out with some thinners now. Okay, so here's the final product. I did end up putting it flat and putting hardener in it. I ended up getting some proper hardener, the correct hardener, and I was going to show up in the light, but so I ended up spraying the last 2 or 3 coats, so it's got about 6 coats of clear, but hardener in the last couple. So yeah, that's it. Back to brand new pretty much, and as much paint as brand new. So there's one edge where I didn't quite get enough coverage, but there's no more rust, and pretty happy with that. Underneath, got a few bubbles there that are still curing where it run under, and that'll take a bit more time to cure, but that's underneath. You're not going to see that. And I've got a few runs on top as well, but the battery's going to be on top. Looks a lot better, and I've stopped the rust. save some. I don't know how much these are new, but yeah, that's good. Whoops, see where my thumb is there, it's still curing there, so I've got to hang it up again. For a little bit longer. Excellent. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you don't mind, or a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.